Sir, you are not audible.
Hello, hello, is it audible? Can you hear me? Is it full? Hello, is it audible? Can you hear me? Hello,
Yes, sir, you're audible, but a little low voice.
low voice. Okay, okay. Now is it better?
Yes,
Now
sir, it's
is
okay.
it better? Okay, okay, okay. Done. So let's continue. We started. We did the case two, I think, last time, and in that we looked at the different ways of calculating returns. Okay, along with the Excel part. So today the goal is to make a model, okay, very basic case. And I've shared file number 3. So everybody, do you have this file number 3 with you? 3 number file है सबके पास? Students online. Can you open the file number 3? Do you have the file number 3? Online students, file number 3 is there with you?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So let's look at this case. Okay, so first thing, the case that you're looking at right now is how a typical financial model might look like. Okay, now let us try and understand what are the basic assumptions in the model, and we try to build the case. So this is a case about setting up a car sales showroom. Okay, so we are saying that if we want to set up a car sales showroom, okay, is it a profitable business proposition? That's what we want to find out. Okay, so in that you will need showroom space of 15,000. So basically, when you are setting up a car sales showroom, first thing you need is a showroom and godown space. The showroom space required is 15,000 square feet. Godown space needed is 30,000. Now you're not going to buy these premises. Okay, so you will lease them out. So lease rental details are being given below. 150 rupees per square foot per month is my rent for showroom, and 30 rupees is for rent of my godown space. And you can't get a property on rent without paying a security deposit. So 6 months of rent is the security deposit that you have to pay for both the cases, showroom as well as godown. Apart from that, you also need initial renovation charges. Okay, that is, you will have to make the premises presentable. So that will again mean that 25 lakhs of capital needs to be invested. So we will be able to get this business off the ground by paying the two deposit amounts and doing the paying the renovation charge. So these are my initial investments that are required to get the business started. Now, apart from this, this is the negative cash flow that you will see at the start, the investment required. Now, where is the money coming from? So the money is coming 50% from debt and remaining from equity, where debt is available to us at interest rate of 13% and to be repaid in lump sum after 5 years. 5 साल बाद आपको पूरा लोन वापस कर देना. Okay. So then uh, the question is, whatever money we invest in the form of equity should generate around 20% return. Okay. So are we beating the cost of capital of 20%? Okay. That is what we are trying to find out. Okay. Now, everybody, first thing you do is using self. So first part we will try to figure out is what is our investment required, and then we will see how much money we are earning from. Okay. So everybody using self-referencing, find out and tell me the total investment. Make an attempt. Hello. हाँ, बस एक मिनट. एक मिनट में कॉल कर सकता. Yes, total investment required, everyone. Two crore 14 lakh is correct. Just give me 2 minutes, sir, and just give me 2 minutes. Just give me 2 more minutes, sir. मॅम तो क्वेश्चन इनकम्प्लीट आहे तिथे सुद्धा. मी पाठवलेला क्वेश्चन मधला पहिला पार्ट मिसिंग आहे. कारण मी ते एस्टिमेटला तुम्ही ब्लू रेड केले ना, मी असा काही क्वेश्चन पाठवलाच नव्हता तुम्हाला जे रेड फॉन्टवाला. तो चेक केलंय. हां हां. अच्छा, ते नाहीच पाहिलं. एक मिनिट थांब, परत कॉल करतो. एक मिनिट, एक मिनिट, मी बघतो परत परत कॉल. बरं बरं, एक मिनिट थांब, बघतो. हां, सेकंड बरोबर आहे मॅम. हां तिथे पहिला डेटा 3 लाईनचा द्या त्यांना. Yes. Thank you. Sorry, everyone. Sorry. Okay, so I'll do it on screen. 6 months of rent is being paid as deposit, and therefore total investment required is around 2 crore 14 lakhs. Okay. Now, this investment we are going to do using debt and equity, which is specified below. Okay, students online, have you got the initial investment of 2 crore 14 lakhs? Use referencing out of that 6 of the 6 months. Okay, can be हार्ड कोडेड. ओके, बाकी सब आपने रेफरेंसिंग किया है. ओके, या स्टूडेंट्स ऑनलाइन, हैव यू गॉट द इनिशियल इन्वेस्टमेंट?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Now, where is this money coming from? So the first thing, whenever you are building any investment idea, is to figure out what is the investment required. That is use of fund. Where is the money coming from? That is source of fund. So you can imagine that balance sheet details are getting made. Use of fund is asset and source of fund is liability. Okay. So ये है हमारा details of where the funding is coming from. Debt is coming as 50%. So remaining is coming from equity. Everybody put the remaining as 1 minus percentage debt. So you will see that you don't want debt and equity both as assumptions. Okay, otherwise there is a redundancy. For example, आपने 50-50 दोनों हाथ से डाल दिया और बाद में debt को 70 कर दिया. So then it is like 120% capital is getting raised. So you want equity to be a dependent variable on the percent proportion of debt. Now this debt will be raised at an interest rate of 13%, okay, and will be repaid in lump sum by the end of the 5th year. Okay, 5th year के end में हम पूरा debt वापस करेंगे. So no principal will be repaid during the time, but interest will be paid for all the years. Now, if 2 crore 14 lakh is my requirement, then how much money in rupee terms will I have to take in the form of debt? So that is like 50% of that 2 crore 14 lakh. So let us calculate the amount of debt raised and amount of equity raised. 2 crore 14 lakhs. Okay. And similarly for equity, it is the equity percentage into the total investment required, which is again 2 crore 14 lakh. 1 crore 7 lakh. 50% of 214, so 1 crore 7 lakh. So 1 crore 7 lakh of equity, is it worth investing this amount? Given cost of capital is 20%. That is finally the problem statement. तो सवाल क्या है आपको कि अगर आपका 1 करोड़ रुपया कहीं और इन्वेस्ट करते हैं तो उसमें आपको 20% रिटर्न मिलेगा. तो यहाँ इन्वेस्ट करना लॉजिकल है कि नहीं? क्या? Yes, that is the starting the investment. Yes, we will, but can't we pay that from revenues? Can't we pay that from revenues? Yes, then we will pay. So whatever is the loss in the first year, if at all it happens, that will be funded from our own pocket. From our own pocket, that is promoter will fund it. Apart from this 1 crore, maybe let's say 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh is the loss in the next 3 subsequent years. So 1 crore plus that 10 lakh, 20 lakh, 30 lakh, but you cannot add them because they are at the different timing. So we'll consider all that as the investment period, and whenever the positive cash flow comes, from there onwards the returns. So overall IRR on this has to be more than 20%. तो ऐसा नहीं कह रहे कि 1 करोड़ ही इसमें इन्वेस्ट करना पड़ रहा है. जो भी पैसा हम इन्वेस्ट करेंगे, either it is in setup cost or operational loss, everything has to generate more than 20% return for us so that the project will be acceptable. Otherwise, we'll reject. Correct. So now we have 1 crore 7 lakhs of equity that we will have to put in, infuse in this business. Let us see what we are going to get. Now, how are we going to get money? By selling cars. Okay, so we will be selling the different vehicles, number of units we will be selling, the price per vehicle, and percentage commission is given to us. Now, as a franchisee, as a distributor, we will not get the price of the car. That will go to the OEM, manufacturer को जाएगा. हमें क्या मिलेगा? तो हमें commission मिलेगा. And commission is not profit. Commission is my sales. Okay, I'm going to earn that as my income. Okay, in the form of commission. So everybody first estimate how much is the monthly commission. Now this is data given of an average performance of a dealer. What is the total monthly sales? That is total monthly commission that you will generate. Tell me the total. Given that we are selling so many cars per month of each type, and that is the commission rate and the value of every vehicle that we are selling. What is the total monthly sales? $39 lakhs 91,000. Correct. 39 lakhs 91,000 is correct. Good. 4% of price of the car is what we will get by selling one vehicle, and so many number of units we are selling each month. Okay. So total monthly sales will be just a copy of the same formula, and end way we will sum it up. Okay, so 39 lakhs 91,000 comes out to be the total monthly sales. Everybody check. Have you got the same? So ये आपका सेल है, okay, और ये भी monthly है. So in order to generate these sales, you will have some costs. Okay, what are the costs? Let's try to understand those. And what we are going to do is we are going to build a P&L. Okay, profit and loss statement बनाएंगे. तो इसमें revenues आपका यहाँ पे दिया हुआ है. Then all the costs we want to find, and we want to forecast this for 5 years. Okay. Now remember, while we are doing the P&L, 0 year is only showing the starting point of year 1. तो ईयर 0 में क्या होगा, हम प्रीमाइसेस लेंगे, डिपॉजिट देंगे, इन्वेस्टमेंट करेंगे, तो बैलेंस शीट विल गेट मेड, एसेट क्रिएट होगा, लायबिलिटी क्रिएट होगी, लेकिन रेवेन्यू नहीं होगा, क्योंकि वो क्या है, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट, ओपनिंग बैलेंस. ईयर 0 इज नॉट एक्चुअल ईयर, सो टाइम एक्रूअल नहीं है उसमें. So actual year will be year 1. When we say year 1, it is end of year 1. Okay, year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so on. So from the revenue, monthly sale is given 39,91,000. So इतना आपका साल का first year का detail ये है, मतलब 39,91 for a month, then how much for a year? So you annualize it, okay? And then from year 2 onwards, you are expecting that sales will increase by 10%. That's the case आपका sale बढ़ेगा. Then rental details have been given to you already. They will remain constant. We will consider a commercial rent agreement with 5-year lock-in. So rent is going to remain constant for both showroom and godown. And in order to generate these sales, you will also have to maintain some staff, number of people, type of people, number of people, and their monthly salary is given here. For example, you have 3 people in the sales, out of which each person's salary is 25,000 rupees per month. Okay. So based on this data, you have to find what is the salaries of the staff. And then if the salaries are expected to increase by 10% every year, you have to model in the growth from year 2 onwards. Second year onwards, सबका salary जो है 10% से बढ़ने वाला है. Apart from that, you will have operational and maintenance expenses, which is 15% of sales. Sale का 15% जो है आपका O&M में चला जाएगा. Local conveyance, marketing, travel, advertising, all of that will consume 15% of our revenues. Now, once you remove all the expenses from the sales, you get operating profit. It's still not the final profit because you have to pay the interest on debt and then you have to pay tax if there is a profit. Okay, so everybody, what you do is populate the entire income statement using cell referencing and dollar sign. Okay, तो आपको क्या करना है, referencing use करना है और dollar signs use करना है, and you tell me following answers. तो स्टेप बाय स्टेप करते चलते हैं, आप मुझे ये वाले आंसर्स बताइए, the ones that I have highlighted in yellow. Okay, so everybody make an attempt. The entire P&L is what we want to make. येलो कलर नंबर्स आप कंपेयर कीजिए मेरे साथ. Tell me what is the revenue for year 1 and 5. Let's compare these numbers first.
Year 5, is it 70 lakhs?
हाँ, 7 crore होगा, 7 crore.
Yeah, sorry, 7 crore. Sorry.
Correct, 7 crore. Good. Rent is expected to remain constant for all the years. Use dollar signs.
Showroom is 2.2 crores and go down is 9 lakhs.
Showroom is
2.2 crores, sir.
the rent
2.25.
you're saying?
Yeah, rent for showroom, yeah.
Rent, nahi.
150
Rent
into
for
15,000,
showroom will
right?
be, so we have 6 months rent as 1 crore 35 lakhs. So annualized will be slightly higher than that, 2.7 crores maybe.
Sir, but sir, that is a deposit, right? What I am doing is I'm taking rent multiplied by square footage.
That is per month, right?
Oh yeah, okay. So I'll need to
Correct.
multiply that 12, correct.
So you will annualize it.
That's a 2.7 crores then, sir.
Correct, 2.7 crores. Good. I'll also start my number, putting the numbers on screen. So first is monthly sale है, तो उसको आपको annualize करना होगा, as shown. Okay, what is the operating profit for year 1? $676, correct, 6 lakhs. And last का? हाँ नहीं, year 5 का? Okay, 76, 676 you are saying. First year, correct. Operating profit for year 1 is 6 lakhs 76,000. That number looks good. Others check. In the meantime, on screen, we have sales for all the years. You increase the sales by 10%. So we'll apply the growth formula. Last year's sales plus 10% of last year's sales. Then showroom rent is 1 crore 35 lakhs was the rent for 6 months. So annual will be into 2, and because it is not going to change, we'll put a dollar sign to it. Similarly, rent for godown, again 6 months rent is 54 lakhs. So into 2, we will put a dollar sign to it. And salaries, you have so many staff and their per month salary is given. So we can use the function sum product. Sum product will multiply the elements and add that number to each into 12. Sum product, number of staff, comma, per person per month salary, but that will give you monthly salaries. So multiply it by 12 to get the annualized number. और you can also do it in bracket, this into this plus this into this, वो भी चलेगा, ऐसा कुछ नहीं, यही करना है. Just one application of the available function at hand. Salary is expected to grow by 10%, so we will fix the 10% number. Okay, till here, everybody, are we done? Any doubts? Students online, are we on the same page?
Yes, clear.
Yes. Then, apart from all these expenses, you also have O&M, is like 15% of revenues. %% of revenues goes in operational and maintenance expenses. So 15% we will fix. Therefore, operating profit will be sales minus all the expenses. So here is the operating profit number. Everybody check. First year is 66 lakhs 76,000, and last year is 1 crore 85 lakhs. Okay, everyone, see if that number is matching. Okay, should we proceed? Operating profit, is it telling everybody, students online?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Then interest expense, you will be paying interest on the debt. 1 crore 7 lakh is the debt. On that, 13% is the rate of interest. So we will fix the 13%. 13 lakhs 91,000. Therefore, is the interest, and it will remain constant for all the years because debt is not getting repaid beforehand. पहले हमारा लोन बिल्कुल repay नहीं हो रहा है, इसलिए interest will remain fixed. Okay. What is the profit first and last year? Correct. And last year? One. No, after tax? 11 lakhs. 111. Correct. So we have PBT, which is a loss. And because there is a loss in PBT, we'll put the if condition here. If there is loss, then zero tax, else 35% of PBT. So here is the if condition on screen for your reference or profit calculation. Okay. If PBT is less than 0, then 0, else 35% of PBT. Net profit is PBT minus tax. One crore 11 lakhs. Therefore, is your PAT for year 5. Okay. Now, you cannot find IRR on PAT. Okay. So all we have to do always is find the cash flows. Now, this is consistent with the earlier examples. If you look at that gold example, our goal here also was to find IRR, but we found IRR on the cash flows, and which was calculated using the basic transaction data. Okay. So concept or idea of building a financial model always is to estimate cash flow. Okay. आपको क्या करना है, business understand करके cash flow का estimate लाना है. फिर return calculation is simple formula driven. Okay. और valuation metric driven like IRR, NPV, DCF, multiple calculation, different ways by which you can do the valuation. Okay. But what is required for doing the valuation is estimating these numbers. Okay, so let us find the profit. Let's do the cash flow calculation together. Now the difference in P&L and cash flow calculation is that the cash flows will show plus and minus sign. Plus for inflow and minus for outflows. Okay. So the first step is net profit, which you already calculated above. Link the profit as it is. Okay, done. Till here. Then how much investment are we doing and when are we doing the investment? So we are investing at the start, and what are we investing in? Paying deposit and then renovation charges. So how much is all of that? 2 crore 14 lakhs. Correct. That was our initial investment. Is it money coming in or going out? Out. So we'll show it with a minus sign. So you show the 2 crores 14 lakhs with a minus sign. Okay. Then where is, we are raising some of the money in the form of debt. Okay. So how much debt are we taking in year 0? 1 crore 7 lakh, and that is money coming in. So we'll show it with a positive sign. 1 crore 7 lakh. When are we repaying the debt? A lump sum amount at the end of the 5th year. So, and we are repaying means it is a cash outflow. कितना outflow है? जितना आपने लिया है. So 1 crore 7 lakh goes out. and in the last year you will close the business, so you will let go the premises. तो आपने जो डिपॉजिट दिया है वो पैसे आपको वापस आ जाएंगे. So you will get the deposit in the form of refund, but the renovation that you did of the premises, जो फर्नीचर वगैरह आपने किया वो सब स्क्रैप हो गया, तो वो पैसा आपका वापस नहीं आ रहा. So showroom deposit and go down deposit both will be paid back to us at the end, and that is the inflow. ये पैसा हमें वापस आएगा तो वो पॉजिटिव है, इनफ्लो है. So you will see that cash flow calculation that we have done here is a little vague. Okay, क्यों? क्योंकि उसमें हमने स्ट्रक्चर नहीं फॉलो किया. There is a proper structure of how you can make a cash flow statement, but because this is the first time we are making a model and we have not revised the financial statements, that is why this has been kept a little rough. Next model जो बनाएंगे उसमें हम क्या करेंगे, प्रॉपर बैलेंस शीट और कैश फ्लो बना लेंगे, तो आपको ऐसा आउट ऑफ द वे जाके सोचना नहीं पड़ेगा. एवरीथिंग विल बी बेस्ड बाय और ड्रिवन बाय द स्टेटमेंट. ओके, लाइन बाय लाइन स्टेटमेंट बनते जाएगा तो अपने आप सारे सवाल आंसर हो जाएंगे. तो टोटल कैश फ्लो देयरफॉर इज सम ऑफ ऑल द 4 एंट्रीज अबव. एवरीबॉडी चेक. कैन यू फाइंड एंड टेल मी द एनपीवी एंड आईआरआर? पहले आईआरआर निकाल दीजिए एंड टेल मी हाउ मच इट इज. एड ऑन कैश फ्लो. या yes, equity. Promoter bears the loss. Like profit goes to the equity holder, loss also goes to the equity holder. तो धंधा चलाने के लिए ये 7 लाख रुपया प्रमोटर को डालना पड़ेगा. तो प्रमोटर कितना पैसा डाल रहा है? फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टार्ट में 1 करोड़ 7 लाख, फर्स्ट ईयर के एंड में और 7 लाख, और ये पैसा डालने के लिए उसको कितना मिल रहा है? 20 लाख सेकेंड ईयर में, 47 थर्ड ईयर में, 78 फोर्थ ईयर में और 193 लास्ट ईयर. 1 crore 14 lakhs. Yes. So the idea is operational losses are borne by the promoter. बैंक जनरली ऑपेक्स फंडिंग नहीं करता है. बैंक क्या बोलता है कि आपने शुरुआत में कुछ एसेट खरीदा, वो मैं अपने पास गिरवी रखता हूँ, और ये एसेट लेके आप कुछ धंधा करोगे तो कुछ इनकम आएगी, वहां से आप अपना प्रिंसिपल दे देना वापस और इंटरेस्ट दे देना. लेकिन ऑपरेशनल फंडिंग इफ यू गो एंड आस्क फॉर अ बैंक, तो बैंक जनरली डजंट गिव इट, क्योंकि उसमें कोलेटरल क्या रखोगे आप? प्रोजेक्ट मतलब प्रोजेक्ट मींस लैंड मशीनरी, राइट? तो वो तो पहले ईयर में हो, 0 ईयर में हो गई ना. ईयर 1 में जो 7 lakhs का लॉस हो रहा है धंधे में, ये फंड करने के लिए बैंक बोलेगा ठीक है आप कोलेटरल दो. तो जनरली कोलेटरल आपके पास कुछ नहीं होगा. That's why bank. So how does bank fund you in the operational part? Bank only funds working capital requirement. उसमें क्या होता है, इन्वेंट्री कभी कभी प्लेज हो जाती है, या रिसीवेबल्स फैक्टर हो जाते हैं, या बिल डिस्काउंट हो जाते हैं, तो वो कोलैटरल में आ सकता है उसके पास. दैट्स व्हाई बैंक्स हैव प्रोडक्ट्स लाइक वर्किंग कैपिटल फाइनेंसिंग, कैश क्रेडिट. तो वो सब शॉर्ट टर्म फंडिंग के लिए वो बैंक का मेथड है, बट दैट इज जनरली नॉट गिवन टू अ स्टार्टअप. That is generally given to a company which has inventory which is maintained. There is a history of inventory maintenance. There is a history of inventory getting sold, collection happening. Yes. So that's why you see all these startup companies में कोई भी पैसा बैंक से नहीं ले पा रहा है. So they have investors, फिर investors stake लेगा percentage. मतलब क्या कि इक्विटी का पैसा है, which is what we are saying here. 7 लाख रुपया इक्विटी का होगा. अब whether the promoter is one or there is a venture capital in it, second question. Whoever it is, the equity is primarily going to get the IRR. So in this line, what we have tried to find is how much money the business is generating. Sorry, first asking from the promoter and generating for the promoter. ये धंधा कितना पैसा मांग रहा है प्रमोटर से और कितना पैसा जनरेट करके दे रहा है. It's very similar to that gold example. तो गोल्ड का एग्जांपल इसलिए मैं लेता हूँ क्योंकि वो सिंपल है. आपने इतना इतना पैसा डाला और फिर इस पैसा डालने की वजह से इतना पैसा मिला, देयरफॉर आपको इतना परसेंट रिटर्न मिला. अब ये चेक करो कि ये बाकी अपॉर्चुनिटी से बेहतर है कि नहीं. व्हाट इज द आईआरआर देयरफॉर? हाउ मच इट इज? 30.2%. Correct. Everybody, online students, have you got the numbers? Till here, 30.2% comes out to be my 30.2% is my IRR. Okay, got it. Then let us also find NPV. NPV is to be found at a rate of 20%, and then it asks for value 1. So you start from value 1 to last, and then add back the 0th year number. Last time we had discussed. Okay, Excel में value 1 means cash flow at the end of year, first year के end का. तो फर्स्ट से लास्ट तक आप सिलेक्ट कर लीजिए और फिर 0 ईयर पे को ऐड बैक कर लीजिए. Okay, because NPV is positive, therefore accept the project. And because IRR is more than cost of capital, या cost of equity, therefore accept the project is our final conclusion. Okay, so that's your decision making. Because आपका IRR जो है cost of capital से ज़्यादा आ रहा है तो project अच्छा लग रहा है. Similarly NPV आपका 0 से बड़ा है तो project looks good. Therefore we will accept the project. Now before we close the case, one last thing. We have taken several assumptions. बहुत सारे assumption लिए हमने इस business में. Some of the assumptions we don't have control on. जैसे कि हम बोल रहे हैं कि 50% पैसा लोन में ले लें. What is the guarantee that the bank will accept the proposal? At the end, this is just a exercise which helps us decide whether हमें अपने पैसे लगाने चाहिए कि नहीं. Okay. But bank can have a different view. They will say, okay, we'll only give you 30% of the fund, or we'll not give you any fund, or maybe we'll fund you 70%. So what if the percentage funding by the bank changes? And what if the rate of interest offered by the bank is different than what we have assumed? तो हमने तो 13% लिया है यहाँ पे, लेकिन इसके अलावा कुछ होगा तो. So we want to find a sensitivity analysis. We want to check कि प्रोजेक्ट का IRR अगर थोड़ा सा डेट कम ज्यादा हुआ, या rate at which the debt is obtained, if that varies a little, still is the project feasible? धंधा फिर भी feasible है क्या? ये हमें निकालना है. So this entire model has become like one sample calculation. Okay, and now we can push the data table here. So let's do it together, starting with what we want in the sensitivity analysis is IRR, and then we want to conclude कि ठीक है क्या, मतलब project feasible रहता है क्या under variable set of assumptions. So first आप काम कीजिए, link the left corner cell का है. नहीं, अमाउंट तो अपने आप निकल जाएगी ना परसेंटेज से. टोटल रिक्वायरमेंट का कितना परसेंट डेट ऐसा हमने लेके फिर वो 1,07,00,000 निकल, तो वो डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल था. So in the sensitivity table, only independent variables should be there as a part of the sensitivity inputs. So corner cell is IRR. Step 2. Students online, are we on the same page? Have you followed till here? I am showing the sensitivity table.
Yes, sir.
Correct. So link left corner cell. Step 2. Then select the entire range. Step 3. Don't select anything excess. Don't select anything less. Then go to data. What if data table? and row input क्या है? Interest rate. Cell number? Correct. C27. And column input is 24. Here are the answers. Everybody check. C27 for row and C24 for column. So remember, you have to read it as row of the table and column of the table. टेबल की रो में क्या है? तो टेबल की रो में आपने इंटरेस्ट रेट या एजम्पशन लिया है, तो इसका मास्टर इनपुट सैंपल कैलकुलेशन में कहाँ है? C27 में. So what is the conclusion? The first thing you will see is डेट थोड़ा चेंज हुआ या रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट चेंज हुआ तो आपका आईआरआर जो है वो 20% के ऊपर. None of the IRR is less than 20%. Why 20%? Because that is your cost. So project आपका feasible.
So can you show the last command again, like whatever you did right now?
Yeah. Have you linked the left corner cell?
Yes, sir.
Then you select the entire range. Go to data. What if data table? You have this dialog box. Data. What if data table? Before that, you have to select the entire range.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Now row is interest rate. So interest rate का master assumption sample में कहाँ है? यहाँ C27 cell. Then keep cursor in column input C24. Column input C24 and then say okay. The answers will be as shown. If the answers are different, let me know.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Correct.
Sir, what exactly does this table tell us right now? Is this NPV value? Is this IRR? I'm not able to understand that.
नहीं, this is IRR because left corner में जो हमने लिंक किया वो आंसर यहाँ आएगा. अगर मैं यहाँ पे NPV लिंक कर दूँ तो वो NPV दे देगा.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, so it is showing all the numbers in percent. I will just change it to absolute here. सारे NPV आ गए. I have just changed it to absolute with comma being removed.
Okay, okay, got it.
Sorry, zeros being removed. Sorry, decimal. But ये प्रॉब्लम क्या है? NPV में कंक्लूजन करने में थोड़ी दिक्कत है. Because that's what we said last time, no? कि NPV क्या है? वो magnitude of NPV is not telling much. It's the sign that is more decision oriented in case of NPV. तो सारे NPV पॉजिटिव है, इसका मतलब है कि प्रोजेक्ट फिजिबल है, ये NPV बोल रहा है. बट अगर हम IRR को build kare, ye entire case if we build from an IRR perspective, then you will see that we will have a little more inference that we can draw from this example. So what is the table showing? Okay, all IRRs are more than 20%. But horizontally you will see IRR is not changing much. More or less सारे numbers एक जैसे 1-2% का IRR में फर्क हो रहा है. इसका मतलब है horizontal parameter is not much impactful, not significant in our decision. तो interest rate थोड़ा आगे पीछे हो गया तो भी कुछ जास्ती फर्क नहीं पड़ता. Okay, but look at the vertical values of IRR. 24% का IRR 98% हो रहा है, 4 गुना बढ़ रहा है. इसका मतलब है vertical parameter is significantly impacting my business. What is vertical parameter? Percentage funding in the form of debt. कोई भी कॉलम का आप देख लो, कॉलम वाइज सिग्निफिकेंट चेंज है IRR. ओके, तो व्हाई इज दैट? दैट इज बिकॉज डेट एड्स मोर रिस्क टू द बिजनेस. जितना लोन आप ले रहे हैं उतना आपका रिस्क इंक्रीज हो रहा है, और जितना रिस्क इंक्रीज हो रहा है उतना रिटर्न इंक्रीज हो रहा है. ओके, debt adds more risk and risk adds more risk gives you more return. So that can be easily seen here. High risk, high return is basically what is getting what is showing here. Okay. So 4 times you are getting the return here, and that is the effect of leverage. Okay, So you have studied in theory effect of leverage. Higher is the returns, as higher is the risk, higher is the risk. Okay. So if I am able to hypothetically structure a 95% debt, then I am almost going to 100% IRR. मतलब हर साल आपका पैसा डबल हो रहा है. Okay. Like that, the returns are. Obviously, 95% debt banks don't give. Banks maximum give a loan of 70 or 75% for any project proposal or any loan in general, except home loan. Home loan थोड़ा 85% तक दे देता है, but otherwise all types of loan get stopped at around 70% of the value of the collateral. Okay. Yeah, different answers. Yeah, if anybody is getting different answers, let me know. We will check online students, see if you are getting the same numbers. Yes. Input बराबर लिया ना आपने?
So same numbers.
Same numbers, good. If anybody is having a different number, let me know now. Everyone. H, correct. Right. Correct. ये वाला 50 लिया आपने, ये वाला 50 लिया आपने, बराबर है. हाँ, ई किधर गड़बड़ है? ये जो टोटल है, इसको आप ट्रैक कर लीजिए. So you had probably linked it here. आपने इसको लिंक किया था इज इक्वल टू माइनस ऑफ डेट, बट इसमें आप ये अज्यूम कर रहे हैं कि मतलब वो इक्विटी है. 50-50 के टाइम ये बराबर है, बट 70-30 जब हो जाएगा तो वो वहां पे -70% ले लेगा. तो इंस्टेड इट शुड हैव टेकन -30%. सो व्हाट यू डू इज सम कर दो आप इसका. तो यहाँ क्या हो रहा है? सो ये 2 करोड़ चाहिए, उसमें से 1 करोड़ डेट से आ गया, तो बचा इक्विटी से आ गया. So when the debt will be 70%, the below number will become 30%. Okay? Yes. Everybody online, are the answers matching? Should we proceed?
Yes, sir, same.
Correct. So this is your example of a very basic financial model. Now let me. So you've got an idea as to how we are making cases. Okay. Now what we want to do next, okay, is we want to structure this process. Okay, अब इस प्रोसेस को हमको क्या करना है? एक स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्मेट में लेके आना है. एंड फॉर दैट, बट बिफोर वी डू दैट, वी आर गोइंग टू रिवाइज आवर फाइनेंशियल फंक्शंस एंड स्टेटमेंट थियरी अ लिटिल. ओके, फाइनेंशियल स्टेटमेंट का थियरी भी थोड़ा सा देख लेते हैं और फंक्शंस भी देख लेते हैं, so that next when we are making a model we'll be able to build it more in a more structured manner. Okay, अभी क्या था? अभी थोड़ा मॉडल रफ था, बैलेंस शीट नहीं, कैश फ्लो नहीं, and therefore you will see that the cash flow parameters we have to imagine, we have to think about them and then add. You don't want to build models like that, so we want to make it into a structure. एक तरीका प्रोसेस बना लेंगे तो हर बार डिसीजन मेकिंग या बिजनेस इवैल्यूएशन में नया कुछ नहीं. But the idea of the case was to give you a full example of how from start to end we get to the decision making. Okay. So idea always will be to estimate the cash flow. Okay. So but before now, okay. Now, next part करने से पहले let me share the file with you for today. And we will be revising financial functions, and so I will also share the current file which I have completed in the class. In case you have missed out anywhere, you can make use of that. Everybody download all the files and open file number 4, okay, which is financial functions, and this is going to be a quick revision of time value of money. From a point of view of investment decision making, we will see these examples. First, we will revise the simple functions in Excel, and then we will first we will revise the financial functions in Excel, and then we will use them to individual investment decision making. Okay. So a lot of the cases that we will do now are related to individual investment. अभी हमने जो example किया वो institutional case है. Okay. Typically when you have a model to be built, that is generally a institutional requirement. Okay. But let's look at financial modeling from an individual decision making point of view also. Okay, everybody, do you have the file? File number 5, okay, 4, sorry. So, come to file 4 and you can see Q1 there. There is a plus sign in front of it. Just click on the plus sign in front of it. So, what we have, so basically what we are trying to do is we have a quick look at financial functions FVPV which are related to time value. Okay. Now let me explain. When you write FV, Excel asks for rate, number of compounding periods, GMT, PV, and type. These are the 5 inputs Excel will ask for. Now, out of them, rate is the rate at which money is being invested. N per is the number of compounding periods under consideration. PMT is recurring cash flow, and we will discuss PMT in a detail in some time. PV is the amount of money we are investing today, and FP is the amount of money we are going to get at the end. And type is relevant to PM. Okay. So type और PMT जो है आपके वो related है. So for example here, X has invested 10,000 in a bank FD for 5 years. Rate of interest is 12%. How much will he get? So when I write is equal to FV and open the bracket, it will say rate. So rate है 12%. Number of year है 5. As we said, PMT will give 0 for the first 5 examples. And PV, today we are investing 10,000. So answer is 17,623. This is how the financial function would look like. Everybody first find out this answer. And then we will proceed ahead. Also, when you write is equal to FV, other 4 things are given as input and you get FV. So other 4 things are also functions in Excel. आप राइट कर सकते हो इज इक्वल टू पीवी, बाकी 4 चीजें इनपुट दे दो, पीवी आ जाएगा. रेट, एन पर, पीएमटी सारे आपके एक्सेल में फंक्शंस है. So we'll see all of them. First example, everybody, have you found out the answer? Students online, press plus in front of Q2 and solve second question. Press plus in front of Q2 and solve. कुछ गड़बड़ है. Question number 2. Any answer? Any answer? Question number 2.
8052 आया है.
8052 is correct. Good. Correct. So in this case, the only difference is के पहले 5 साल में इंटरेस्ट नहीं मिलेगा क्योंकि पैसा इन्वेस्टेड नहीं है. So my timeline diagram is what is simple when you are doing time value of money. So the case is like this: you are standing at 0, and in the 5th year, you are saying that you are investing 5,000. And the question asks for how much money you will have in the 10th year. So between the 5th and the 10th year, you will get interest. But for the first 5 years, no interest. So as no money is invested. So what you have to do is you have to jump the timeline. तो आप जंप करके 5th ईयर के स्टार्ट में खड़े हो जाओ, तब आप 5,000 रुपये इन्वेस्ट करो. तो that way you will have this as PV, okay? And then the question is find FV. So we will find FV. Rate is 10%. Number of year is 5. Then 5,000 is my investment. 8,052. Therefore, will be the FV. Okay, got it? Clear? Now, before we proceed, let me explain how we handle higher frequency of compounding in Excel format. Okay. So, for example, you have 12% and the other scheme is 12% compounded monthly. Okay. So, if you are investing say 100 rupees in both the schemes, your money will grow differently in both schemes. Okay. So we will probably have 100 increasing, 100 becoming 112 at the in the first scheme, because you are getting 12% at the end of the year, and 12% is the annual rate. In the second scheme, what is happening is 12% is said as compounded monthly. That means account में आपके interest monthly जमा होगा. However, rate is annually 12%. तो अगर rate 12% annually है तो monthly rate will be 12 by 12, which is 1%. So your amount in the account will keep on increasing and it will become 112.68 because interest on interest has got accrued. Okay. This phenomena is called as higher frequency of compounding. Higher frequency of compounding. Okay. So how do we deal with higher frequency of compounding in theory first, and then in Excel, how do we do it? I will explain. So your theory formula of FV changes to PV into 1 plus R by M raised to M into N, where M is number of time compounding happens per year. कितने बार आपका interest calculation साल में हो रहा है. So that will depend upon आपकी compounding frequency क्या है, सेमी एनुअल है, क्वार्टरली है, मंथली है कि डेली है. तो M का वैल्यू विल वेरी. फ्रीक्वेंसी सेमी एनुअल M will be 2, क्वार्टरली M will be 4, मंथली 12, डेली 365. ओके. और एक्सेल में कैसे करें? तो एक्सेल में यू स्टार्ट विथ इज इक्वल टू FV and instead of rate you put R upon M. Instead of number of compounding periods you put M into N. बाकी सब सेम. So in this case rate is 12% by 12. Number of months is 12 months into 1 year, and 100 rupees is my initial investment. So you will see is what you will get, 112.683 if I open the decimal point. Okay, using Excel. Now what I will do is I will keep this theory open on screen for reference, and you try to solve question number 3. Everybody, आप क्या करो, थर्ड क्वेश्चन सॉल्व करो और मुझे आंसर बताओ. Here is the theory on screen for your reference. Really. So that same previous example All the inputs I have shown. Question number 3A. What do you think is the answer? 21071. Correct.
So just a doubt, इसमें number of days 365 लेना है या 360 लेना है?
365. 365.
365.
Full.
Okay.
Yes. बैंक कन्वेंशन होगा तो ही जनरली 360 आता है.
Okay. So then it's 21,166. 21,166.
For B part.
Yes, sir. Correct.
नहीं, रेट आपने 14 लिया क्या? B part लगता है 15 लिया आपने रेट. हाँ, 2134. Correct. 20134 for the second part. Let's do it here on screen. 15% क्या दिया है? Compounded monthly. Okay. Well into 5 and we are investing 10,000. Investing 10,000, so we'll show it with a minus sign. Second case में rate is 14% compounded daily. So here are your answers on the screen. Match your numbers. Everyone, formula also shown. Okay, so I will just leave the theory part aside here. Okay. Question number 3, everybody. Have you got the answer? Then, in the previous discussion, you saw that the stated rate was 12%. आपका स्कीम बोल रहा था 12% रिटर्न आपको मिलेगा, लेकिन आपको एक्चुअली मिला ज्यादा. You ended up getting 12.6. So this is called as effective rate. तो एक्सेल में क्या कर दिया, इफेक्टिव रेट निकालने के लिए एक सिंपल फॉर्मूला ही बना दिया. इफेक्ट नॉमिनल रेट इज व्हाटएवर इज द स्कीम रेट 12%. एंड n पर वाइज नंबर ऑफ कंपाउंडिंग पीरियड्स पर ईयर, व्हिच मींस m, जो मैं यहाँ डिफाइन कर रहा हूँ. एक्सेल पूछ रहा है m कितना है, बिकॉज इट इज कंपाउंडेड मंथली. m इज 12. So Excel will directly give you the rate. Okay, 12.683%. Okay, everyone. So here is the formula on screen. Solve question number 4 and 5. Sorry, 4, not 5. 4 number question करिए आप. 12% कंपाउंडेड मंथली का इफेक्टिव रेट है 12.68. 12% कंपाउंडेड एनुअल का इफेक्टिव रेट तो 12 ही है, वो तो कुछ चेंज नहीं हो रहा. अब आप निकालिए 18% कंपाउंडेड क्वार्टरली का ईआर क्या है. हाउ मच इज द ईआर फॉर 18% कंपाउंडेड क्वार्टरली? Q4 में नीचे क्वेश्चन है. $19.25. Correct. So effective rate is generally useful when you are comparing two schemes. आप जब दो स्कीम कंपेयर कर रहे हैं और उसका फ्रीक्वेंसी ऑफ कंपाउंडिंग अगर अलग है, तो यू विल कन्वर्ट इट टू एनुअल बाय यूजिंग दिस इफेक्ट. तो ये इफेक्ट फॉर्मूला क्या बता रहा है कि साल में फाइनली रियलाइज्ड रिटर्न कितना होगा, आपको एक्चुअली मिलेगा कितना. तो आपको 19.25 मिल रहा है, जबकि स्कीम 18% ही बोल रहा है, but compounded quarterly. Okay, done till here, till question number 4. Is it clear everybody? All these are just syntax based examples. अभी तो syntax देख रहे हैं, फिर application थोड़ा 3-4 example में individual investing का application देख लेंगे next. But before we do that, we will also want to deal with PMT. Okay, PMT अभी हमारा बचा है. So let me explain PMT here on screen. So PMT in Excel stands for payment. Okay. Payment basically means, or definition of it is, equal, periodic, finite inflow and outflow. That is the definition. So in equal भी होना चाहिए. Periodic means repeating after fixed intervals of time, and number of repetitions should be countable. Okay. ऐसा cash flow को we'll call as PMT या payment. Theory में आपने इसको study किया है in the name annuity. Examples of PMT in practical life are EMI of a bank loan, recurring deposit, SIP of a mutual fund, all of them. Okay. Now let me explain. Say 100 rupees per year का हम RD खोल रहे हैं for 3 years at 10% rate. So account balance कितना होगा? Okay, that's the problem statement. So let us try to see how this problem statement can become twofold by looking at how is the 100 rupees getting invested. तो आप 100 3 बार इस दो तरीके से इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं, ईयर के स्टार्ट में या ईयर के एंड में. हियर वी आर सेइंग कि 0 ईयर मींस फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टार्ट में हमने 100 रुपए डाल दिए. हियर वी आर सेइंग फर्स्ट ईयर के एंड में 100 रुपए डाल दिए. तो ये 100 रुपये पे हमें 3 इयर्स के लिए इंटरेस्ट मिलेगा. आवर कंपाउंडिंग पीरियड्स विल बी 3 इयर्स फॉर द फर्स्ट installment, 2 for the second, 1 for the third. So the FV of the same PV into 1 plus rate raised to number of years will be as shown. And for the second case, it will be something like this. So what has happened is your account balance is at the end is different. First case में आपका 364 हो गया, second case में 331 हो गया. ये डिफरेंस जो है ये खाली आपका पीएमटी जो है, इन्वेस्टिंग व्हेन इज इट हैपनिंग इन द स्टार्ट ऑफ द पीरियड और एंड ऑफ द पीरियड, उस पे अमाउंट चेंज हो रहा है. सो द सेम थिंग आई कैन फाइंड यूजिंग द एक्सेल फंक्शन एफवी. रेट इज 10%, नंबर ऑफ इयर्स इज 3, एंड दिस टाइम इंस्टेड ऑफ पुटिंग पीवी व्हिच वाज ओनली वन कैश फ्लो टुडे, विल पुट पीएमटी व्हिच इज रिकरिंग कैश फ्लो एवरी पीरियड, एंड इट विल आल्सो आस्क फॉर पीवी. So you have to imagine PV as आप रिकरिंग डिपॉजिट अकाउंट आज खोल रहे हैं, उसमें ऑलरेडी कितने पैसे हैं? तो ऑलरेडी कुछ भी नहीं है because it is starting the account. So PV is 0, and then Excel asks for type. Here we will have to define whether it is at the beginning of the period or at the end of the period. अगर beginning है तो आपको लिखना है type 1, end है तो लिखना है type 0. So you will see the same answers will get computed if I properly put the type. So type is 1 for beginning of period, and type is 0 for end of period. Okay? तो ये मैं फॉर्मूला स्क्रीन पे रखता हूँ, और आप क्वेश्चन नंबर 5 सॉल्व कीजिए. Here is the full formula and we will keep it here, and everybody solve question number 5. Theory is on screen. I have highlighted it. Reference के लिए theory highlight करके रखा है. Solve A and B part of question number 5. कितना आ रहा है? Correct. 7523. Correct. We will also do it here on screen. The FV recurring deposit है 500 rupees का but monthly. So first of all rate we will put 12 by 12, number of months 12 into 3, PMT of 500, PV 0. आज हम अकाउंट शुरू कर रहे हैं तो उसमें ऑलरेडी कुछ भी पैसे नहीं है, and then copy paste the formula and change the type to 1. Done. Match numbers, everyone. So what we looked at in question 2, 3 and PMT, सारा theory इसमें एक साथ आ गया. Compounded frequency भी higher है और PMT भी है. Now questions here onwards will start becoming more application oriented, which means FV निकालना है कि PV निकालना है कि क्या निकालना है वो आपको दिया नहीं रहेगा. Okay, based on the transaction details you try to find what needs to be asked, what needs to be found out and then do the calculation. Okay, क्या कैलकुलेट करना है ये पहले निकालिए, FV PV PMT जो भी, और फिर उसका अकॉर्डिंग फॉर्मूला यूज कीजिए. रिमेंबर FV PV रेट PMT सारे ही फंक्शंस है एक्सेल में, तो उसमें से कोई भी फॉर्मूला आप अप्लाई कर सकते हैं. एवरीबॉडी क्वेश्चन 5 यू हैव डन. So try question number 6. Theory for time value of money is over. इतना ही थियोरी चाहिए हमें. जो भी थियोरी चाहिए था वो पहले हमने देख लिया है.
Sir?
Correct. Good. Yeah.
Sir, in the fifth
Yeah, tell me.
question, hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. I can hear
Sir,
you. Yeah.
actually, I wanted to ask why the rate has been taken 12% upon 12 in the fifth question when it is mentioned that 12% is compounded monthly.
Compounded monthly means rate is annual, but interest will get added to your account every month. That is what compounded
Okay, sir.
monthly means. So you have to read it as 12% per annum, compounded monthly. तो फाइनेंस और इन्वेस्टिंग में जनरल कन्वेंशन क्या है कि रेट विल ऑलवेज बी गिवन एनुअल, बट दे विल नॉट स्टेट इट.
Okay, sir. Okay.
25,155.
25,155 is correct. Good. So the question is asking for लोन है 25 lakhs का और उस पे हमें EMI निकालना है. EMI means monthly installment. So EMI is to be paid at the start of the month and tenure is 20 years at the rate of 10.75. So question is about finding PM. PMT निकालना है. Again the rate 10.75 compounded monthly, number of months 12 into 20. PV आज हम कितने का लोन ले रहे, तो 25 लाख का लोन ले रहे और एंड में लोन कितना बचा रहेगा. एंड में आपका लोन हो जाएगा 0 और टाइप when are you paying the installment at the start of the year. So type is So type is 1. Everybody check. Till here, you got the answers. Okay. Then question number 7, 8, 9, 10. All quick questions. Sorry, 7, 8, 9. Can you tell me the answers? 10 क्या है? हाँ 10 थोड़ा लंबा है, but 7, 8, 9 is straightforward. Numbers are, let's match. I will put the numbers. You check if you have got the correct values. Question is saying how much investment should I do today? Means question is about PV. चाहिए कितना? 10 साल बाद 5 लाख, रेट है 10%. So 10%. Nothing is being mentioned about the rate, compounded anything. It means it is compounded annual. So the answer is 1,92,000 for question number 7. Question number 8. How many years will it take? Is a question on number of period under consideration. Rate is 7%. There is no recurring cash flow. PV, today we are investing 100 and we are going to get 350 at the end. The only requirement is FV or PV का sign should be opposite. Otherwise you will end up getting the number error. 100 रुपया आप इन्वेस्ट कर रहे हैं और 350 रुपया आपको मिलने वाला है. So sign of FV and PV should be opposite. And the last one is about rate. 6 years 100 is my investment, and that is going to increase to 250. So the rate is 16.5%. Everybody check. 7, 8, 9 are questions, again formula substitution, but not on FV, on PV, NPER and rate. ठीक है, आ गया सबको? Students online, have you got the answers for 7, 8, 9?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Try question number 10. 10, 11, 12 are all application questions, okay, where you have to understand the data, figure out what is asked, and then find. So, any answers to question number 10? Type you have taken? Type क्या लिया है आपने? Beginning लिया, correct, good. 51 lakh, 57,000. Correct. 51 lakhs loan he will get. Answer seems correct. Others check. Students online. Any answers? So let me read out the question. बैंक का क्राइटेरिया क्या होता है होम लोन का? कि आपका जो सैलरी है वो ईएमआई भरने में यूज होगा. बट 100% सैलरी अगर ईएमआई में दे दिया आपने तो फिर आप घर कैसे चलाओगे? ओके, सो दैट्स व्हाई द बैंक सेज दैट वी विल डिफाइन योर एलिजिबिलिटी. कितना लोन आपको मिल सकता है, ये एलिजिबिलिटी डिफाइन करने का स्टैंडर्ड रूल होगा. 60 या 65% ऑफ मंथली सैलरी विल बी टेकन एज ईएमआई. बचा 30-35% जो आपके पास है उससे आप अपना खर्चा चलाओ. दैट इज व्हाट बैंक सेज. So loan is available for so much rate at so much for so much time, and A has a salary of 60,000. How much loan will he get today? So the question is about finding PV. We are looking at 6.75 divided by 12, 12 into 20, and his monthly salary is 60,000. So I will put minus 60,000 because EMI is going to pay. और उसका कितना पे करेगा? 65% पे करेगा. एंड में लोन हो जाएगा 0 और आपका टाइप है 1. ओके, so 51 lakhs is the loan amount which he can get. Everybody check. Okay, question number 11. Let's complete this and then we'll close probably. So financial statement revision and debt amortization schedule we will make in the next class. So everybody answer to question number 11. How much we are getting? 14,219 is correct. Good. So this is typically a question of investment planning of individuals. Okay, what is the requirement? It's also called as goal based planning. Okay, तो आप goal figure out करो और उसके हिसाब से आपका investment plan करो. And primarily individual requirements are all using time value of money. You can give the suggestions to client. Okay, for example, here we have A wants to buy a car, but not today, after 3 years. And the way he is going to fund the purchase is by starting a recurring deposit account from now. अभी से आरडी में थोड़ा थोड़ा पैसे डालेगा और आरडी का अमाउंट इतना बड़ा हो जाएगा कि 3 साल बाद वो निकाल के वहां से पैसे निकाल के कार खरीद लेगा. रेट ऑफ आरडी इज 12% कंपाउंडेड मंथली. एंड गाड़ी का कीमत जो वो एम कर रहा है वो है 5 लाख टुडे. but the problem is price of car is going to inflate at 7%. Okay. So first thing we will have to do is find the price of the car after 3 years. And why we want to do that? Because this is going to be the maturity value of our RD account. So this is a question on finding FV. RD का कीमत inflation rate से बढ़ रहा है. For 3 years, there is no PMT. I'll put the 5 lakh minus, so you will get the FV plus. Okay. So 6,12,000 का price होगा कार का after 3 years. All these are questions related to individual investment decision making, and you make models generally for institutional investment requirements. And then RD monthly required. So we will find the PMT. Rate is 12% compounded monthly. 12 into 3. Today he does not have any money in the RD account, and at the end of 3 years he wants 6,12,000. So 14,219 is correct. Monthly he has to invest around 14,000 rupees, so that by the end of 3 years he will have 6 lakh in account. Okay. Got it online, students? Students online, do you have the answers? Should we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Correct. And the last question is, again, a typical investment planning example. A wants 10 lakhs for child education after 5 years. And there are two ways he is going to fulfill the goal. One is you start with the annual RD, annual recurring deposit account शुरू कीजिए. उसमें rate is 12%, investment for 5 years, and investment is happening at the start of the year. इतना पैसा, एक amount of money you put every year at the start of the year, and at the end of 5 years it will become 10 lakhs. Or second way is you buy a plot, piece of land, and how you are going to fund it? By taking a loan. अब इतना लैंड आप खरीदिए जो आप 5 साल बाद 10 लाख पे बेच दो. Land appreciates at 14%, loan is at 18%, to be repaid in 4 equal annual installments. The question is, how much is the installment if it is paid at the start of the year? So first we will do first part. पहला part क्या है कि RD account खोल दो. Means you have to find PMT. Rate is 12% for 5 years, and PV should be 0. आज आपके अकाउंट में कुछ नहीं है. एंड में आपको 10 लाख चाहिए और इन्वेस्टमेंट आप कर रहे साल के स्टार्ट. तो टाइप इज 1,40,544. ओके, तो ये तो स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है. पार्ट 2 में, ओके एवरीबॉडी चेक, हैव यू गॉट द फर्स्ट पार्ट? सो वी हैव अ बेंचमार्क, वी हैव अ कंपेरेबल बिटवीन द टू. साल का हमें 140 इसमें डालना पड़ेगा. दूसरे स्कीम में अगर कम डालना पड़ रहा है तो अच्छा है, वरना पहला स्कीम बेटर है. अगर उसमें ज्यादा होगा तो फर्स्ट स्कीम विल बी बेटर. So for option B, first you will have to find land. Correct. PV of land या price of land today. कितने का land आपको खरीदना पड़ेगा so that you can sell it at 10 lakhs after 5 years, which means present value of land. So we'll find PV. Rate of land appreciation is 14%. Number of year is 5. And today the value is, then the value will be 10 lakh. I will show it with a minus sign so that I'll get the answer in plus. So it comes out to 5,19,000. तो आज हमें 5 लाख का लैंड खरीदना पड़ेगा. अब ये खरीदेंगे कैसे? लोन लेके. तो लोन की आज की वैल्यू होगी 5 लाख और हम ये रिपे करेंगे 5 इक्वल एनुअल इंस्टॉलमेंट्स पे. तो EAI equal annual installment for the loan will be based on PMT. Rate is 18%, number of years 5. Today we are taking a loan of 5 lakhs and at the end it will become 0 and type is 1. तो वो आंसर आ रहा है आपका 1,40,000 only but 700. तो थोड़ा सा 200 rupees आंसर ज्यादा आ रहा है. तो first option looks better there. By a very marginal value, the first option is appearing to be better. Okay. So these are typically the examples, okay, that or these are the applications of time value of money into individual investment decisions. Okay. Now, out of these, we also want one more thing which is called as the amortization schedule. Okay. Now, why we want amortization schedule is because it directly impacts our financial statements. Okay. So, how does financial statement play a role in model building, and therefore how will time value of money impact it? Okay, that is something that we will see in the next class at the start, and then we'll again build a model. Okay, so here onwards, however, the model length is going to increase. Okay, now the time at hand is limited. I think they have given me only 10, 12, maybe 15 hours. So what we will do is after this next case, which will be again relatively basic case, we will try to make two little lengthy cases, one on projects and two on business valuation, so that you will be able to see the application across. Okay, पूरा ये पर हमारा application हो जाएगा. Project valuation using the model building process कैसे होता है और company valuation कैसे. So we'll keep slightly longish cases. Okay, but the idea is to try and cover up the entire thing. Okay, so next class and then till the end, we'll intend to cover around 3 cases at least. Okay, one is what we have done today. Okay, any other doubts, everybody? Let me know, or else we'll stop here. We'll start with file number 4, that is debt amortization, next class. Okay, students online, have you got the numbers? Any doubts?
So just one doubt, not related to the class, but जो एक्सेल में आपने साइड पे प्लस प्लस किया था वो कैसे किया था सर?
Sorry,
वो जो आपने श्रिंक किए थे ना रोज एंड देन यू एडेड दिस ऑप्शन टू ऐड अ प्लस एवरीवेयर.
हाँ ये प्लस ऑप्शन कैसे आ रहा है? हाँ, okay, okay, I'll show that. Yes, correct. So what I am doing in that plus option is I am grouping. For example, let's say ये PMT का जो explanation है वो मुझे hide करना है. So I have to select all the rows first. How do you select row? Click on the row number. And once these rows which I want to hide or group have been selected, go to data and select option group. तो Excel खुद ही ये 1 2 का बटन ऐड कर देगा और ये आउटलाइन क्रिएट हो जाएगी. This you can apply for column also. कॉलम आप सिलेक्ट कर लो जो ग्रुप करना है, डेटा में जाओ ग्रुप, तो 1 2 का बटन इधर भी आ जाएगा. इस तरह से हाइड हो रहा है वो. एंड दिस कैन ऑल्सो हेल्प यू क्रिएट मल्टीपल आउटलाइन. ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल समझ लो ये मुझे डेटा अलग दिखाना है और ये नीचे का अलग, तो ये 4 को मैं और एक ग्रुपिंग कर देता हूँ, फिर ये 4 को और एक ग्रुपिंग कर देता हूँ. So you will see button 3 will get added. So when I press 3, everything is open. 2, इतना part open होगा. 1, like that I can create an outline. So you can have a collapsed view. Okay. I think 8 levels तक आप maximum कर सकते हैं. हाँ, 8 levels तक आप maximum कर सकते हैं. Okay. Grouping में एक के अंदर एक. And how to ungroup? Again same. Select the data and go to data. Sorry, select the rows, go to data and say ungroup, ungroup. सारे ungroup हो गए. Okay, does that answer?
कि बस सर अगर आप इसको हाइड करते हो एंड देन यू वांट टू कॉपी द सेल, तो अगर ये हिडन रहेगा फिर भी सेल्स उसकी कॉपी होके
हाँ
पेस्ट
कॉपी हो जाएगा, हाँ ये हिडन है फॉर एग्जांपल, और समझ लो मैंने पूरा पेज ही कॉपी कर लिया, कंट्रोल ए कंट्रोल सी कंट्रोल वी, तो भी ये डेटा का आपका कॉपी हो जाएगा।
Okay, so sir, if I don't want to copy this data,
हैं?
if I don't want to copy this data,
then you can have that option but not in grouping. That option can come in filter, and generally row wise filtering can happen.
okay, sir, I'll read more on
ये
it.
डेटा में फिल्टर करके जो ऑप्शन है, so if you put some kind of a filter to the data and then you activate a filter, then you copy, so hidden data will not get copied. आउटलाइन व्यू में नहीं होगा, ये आउटलाइन व्यू सिर्फ प्रेजेंटेशन का पार्ट है।
Okay, sir, got it.
Correct.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, done. Thank you. So let's close here. Let's catch up next week. I will mail this file again, the one that we have completed right now. And next class we will start from here. Okay, final file day 3.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Done. Okay, thank you. Thank you all for joining.